My name is Celeste Haase, and I'm an architect, and I work at 728 Architecture, which is my own company, and I am the principal and the owner. I meet with a lot of consultants. I draw a lot of projects, a lot of emails, site visits, things like that. Kind of all over the place. So usually a team will include, because there's like mechanical, electrical, plumbing consultants, civil design consultants, landscape consultants. So you could have like half a dozen to a dozen people on your team at any point in time. Then there's contractors, the owners, interior designers. So it's a lot of people to coordinate with. There's a lot of moving parts. Really high-end residential projects in like other countries. So I've gotten the opportunity to do really cool projects like that overseas and travel. And then more recently, I've done a lot of like senior living projects. So that's kind of nice to kind of contribute to the community that way, where there's places for seniors to go and that kind of stuff. So it's kind of a range of things. As a little kid, I would make buildings and houses and things like that out of Legos, and I would draw. So I think as a little kid, people knew, and I kind of had the right direction. So I don't think it's necessarily like a requirement for some people. I think it definitely helps, but not all people that are architects are necessarily super creative or really artistic. Some are a little bit more like engineering based, a little bit more pragmatic that way. I had to get a master's in architecture. And then I also got an interior design degree because you kind of just tack it on there with it. And then you pretty much get an art degree as well when you take your architecture classes. So, but the master's was required in order to get your license. Just try lots of different companies. Try to work on lots of different projects because you won't know what you like and don't like until you try them all. And if you don't like it right off the bat, don't be scared. Just keep trying it and you'll find something that fits. I think that's important, is to not like give up if you start working with a company that you don't love or you don't love their projects. Just go out and look for another one. We've touched on creativity. I think that's hopeful, but I don't think it's a necessary thing. I think if you're a good problem solver, I think that's important because we do a lot of programming and problem solving. I think you need to be organized and a good communicator because you're kind of heading up a whole team of consultants and people to help put the project together, and then also communicating with the clients. So I think that's really, really important, is communication. I think people confuse architects with engineers a lot. They think that we do a lot more engineering, and we don't, thankfully, because I would not enjoy that part if it was engineering based. And then I think people also glorify architecture. They think that we're all like the big famous architects that do all the really crazy fancy buildings. And that's not very common. There are not very many architects like that. But someone has to design the rest of the world, right? So I think that's the rest of our places to fit. But I would recommend taking lots of different classes. I took a lot of different classes to figure out, and they were mostly art based, right? Because I didn't want to do something art or architecture. But I would just take a bunch of different classes and see what you like, what you don't like. And then you'll get a better idea of what those specific careers are about, a little bit more information, and then kind of pick a path. And then you can change your path if you want to. I mean, I don't think anybody's bound by anything. I think you could change your mind 3/4 of the way through school, or even after you're done with school. There's like two opposite ends of that architecture spectrum. The people that are really, really artsy, just like to do sketches, and then the people that are very much more pragmatic and think about how all the parts and pieces go together as opposed to just the aesthetics of it. I think there has to be some middle ground, but that's usually when people partner together and they work together as a team, or they have other members on their team that kind of fill the other roles.